this is Sophie Lawson from sophielawson.com, and this is a video looking at the Cats of June art challenge, which is a 30-day art challenge for the month of June, and this is days 17 to 24, and it's all about watercolours, watercolour cats, and I don't do much of watercolouring, so this is quite a challenging challenge. But I thought what I'd do is I'd quickly talk about what I talked about in the blog post. And what I put was, this one was all about creating simple shapes, how painting is like lucid dreaming, and I asked a question, is paint conscious? See, I put a link in the show notes to that, but I'll talk about that. It's quite fascinating. It's quite fascinating, it is. Oh, it's quite fascinating. It is. I find it quite interesting to the similarities between painting and lucid dreaming is incredible. It's like, well, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to look at the tools quickly, but it's like you got your little paintbrush and you got your paint on the end. You put your paint down, and what I realised was you're in control of the brush, which is like in a lucid dream, you're in control of the dream character, but the paint is like the environment in the dream. So in a dream you don't really control the environment, you can manipulate it, but you don't control it. Just like in painting, you control the brush and you can manipulate the paint, but the paint sort of has a mind of its own, which is why I started to ask the question, is the paint conscious? Which I think that's a really fun little thing to think about. So I'll put a link in the show notes where I talk about that on the blog. But for this video I'm just going to look at the little cats I did and talk about the tools. So this is a little Winsor Newton like little travel paint thing, and this is amazing. These little things, I don't think I'll be able to do it, but they actually come out. So you can go on eBay and you can buy little paint pots like this for, I think they're about £3 each or something. But so that means you could actually like fill it with colours that you actually like. But I kind of like these default ones. But what I really love is this little paintbrush here. It goes like that, so it sort of goes inside of itself. It's cool. It's got a little Winsor Newton written on it. But it's just a really nice little thing, and I used this last year when I did the 1330 painting challenge. I actually went outside painting, and I had like a little jar of water, a little sketchbook, and this. You could travel light. It's really nice. It's got all the colours, but I feel like I need more white, so maybe stock up on whites. But yeah, I really recommend this little thing. I'll try and find the complete name of it and stick it in the description thingy downstairs. I was going to say downstairs, down there somewhere. And what I also did was I used my Prismacolor pencils, which again I haven't used these as much as I would like. I went through a couple of months of doing lots of coloured pencils in 2015, was it? Now I haven't really touched them since, which is shocking. So I'd like to get back into them, but it was nice to get these out again. And these are amazing. I don't know what it is about these, but they just are so much better than every single other coloured pencil I've ever used. And I used quite a lot before I settled on these, because these are quite expensive. But I really do think they're worth it. They're just, the way they move across, it's almost like you're drawing with paint. That sounds a bit weird, but it's very it's got a nice texture to it. So that's what I did, and what I did was, I started out looking on the internet for shapes for cats, and then what I was doing was I was turning them, like getting the basic outline of the cat, so just getting the silhouette. I'll try and zoom in a bit, And what I did at first was I was trying to like copy the reference image completely, the shape of it, and then towards the end I started to free up a bit and started making my own cats for my head. But all I did was I got a coloured pencil, did the outline, and then did some painting. So that was the first one. Not all of these actually made it, because some of these I wasn't happy with them. But as you can see, I don't really know what I'm doing with watercolours, but it was fun. I quite like that one. That was the second one. I actually gave these cats names on the blog. So that one, I called it Sweeties, because I thought it's like it's going for some sweets or something. This one I called Waiting, because I actually think that's my favourite one. Because I think I didn't overdo the paint. I left enough white so it looks quite nice. On some of the later ones I started putting too much paint down, which goes into a quote that I put on the blog as well, which is it's by an artist called Vivian Straff. Sometimes that final touch is better left on the end of the brush. And I really noticed that with painting, is sometimes like I would look at that and I think I just want to put a little bit here. I'll put a bit here and it would ruin it, and then you can never go back, so you can never take it off. So I need to like remember that to leave the white. That was another one I did. I called this one Morning. It's like it's just woken up and it's having a little stretch. I quite like the flow of that one. It's like he's pushing his bum into the air. This one I didn't use this one because I feel like I got the shape wrong or something. I like the colour though. I should have used that colour again, but I didn't like that one. Didn't use that one either because I didn't leave any white, and I also felt it looked a bit too much like a wolf or something. But I do quite like that one. That was the first one I did for day 17. I called this one Freedom. I like the fact that it looks like it's just jumping off a cliff and going woohoo. It's quite a funny one, that. Didn't use that one either. I like the shape of it though. But this is one where I think I worked too much on it. I think that one I started putting coloured pencils into the paint as well, because I was like playing around. Didn't use that one either. Again, I overworked. I think I overworked it. Because what I noticed is with watercolours, less is more. I didn't use that one either because I tried an experiment of mixing two colours together and I don't feel like it worked. Again, I like the shape though, but like I didn't really know what I'm doing here. I was just playing around. This is the first one where I drew it from my head. And what did I call this one? I called this one Curious, because I feel like he's tilting his head as if to say, wonder what's going on here. I like the colour. I like the way that sort of, it's like one continuous line. That one I called Bedtime, I think, because it's like, again I made this one up in my head as well, and again I like the way the line goes right around like that. I thought that was quite a good shape, and I like the colour of that one. This one I called Unsure, because I have a feeling that he's sitting there it looks like he's about to run off. He's not sure whether the human can be trusted or not. That's what I think. So actually I think that might be the same sort of yellowish as the other one. So I did use that yellow. Yeah. Left more white this time though. And again I made that shape in my head. But I didn't use it because don't know, I think something didn't feel right with that one. But I like the shape of that. This was the last one, I think. Yeah, I called this one Waiting. Again, I made that one up in my head as well. It's like he's waiting to be fed or something. In that one, I imagine I've just opened the treat drawer and he's sitting patiently waiting for treats. Funny. I love things like that. I don't know what it is, that just excites me. Like flowy lines. I think my favourite one is like the second one I did. It's that one, because I think it's simple, and I think maybe it's that dark bit there I like. I didn't really do that on the other ones. That's basically my little watercolour cats. There's only 8 days left now, which is going to be days 25 to 30, but I'm also doing an extra 2 just so that it fits nicely on my Instagram feed, which is a bit funny. But that's basically it, really. The next 8 days are going to be digital, so I'm going to be working on a computer and I'm going to sketch out some little cats. I'm not sure how that's going to go because, again, I don't do much digital, but it should be fun, so I'll see you for that next time.